Hey guys, welcome to the Anime Philosophers. I'm Preetam,
I'm Alan,
and we
and we
are
are
the
the
Anime
Anime
Philosophers.
Philosophers. All right, we've been watching anime about once a week for the past 2 or 3 years, and we occasionally discuss what we saw, and we come up with occasionally with some good stuff. So we thought we would share it with you guys. It's fun for us. Hopefully, it's gonna be fun for you too.
Exactly, and sometimes we can connect it to real world philosophy. So we're hoping to show you guys that anime isn't just about entertaining fun stuff. It can also really leave you with an actionable insight. So we thought this would be kind of a fun way to discuss that, to discuss it with you guys, so that we can get some feedback and so we can learn from other people who also enjoy talking about philosophy and anime.
Sounds good. Let's jump into it then.
Yeah. So with this episode, we are going to be introducing the series This Week in Anime, where we discuss what's going on in the anime world this past week, and we're also gonna watch a couple of currently airing anime and give you our thoughts on it. So we can, you can quickly skip over the bad stuff and get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
So Alan, is there anything interesting going on in the anime world this week?
Not this week. Not that I've heard of.
Not that
Um,
you've heard of? Yeah. I
yeah.
think the only thing I've kind of heard of is some good stuff about the Ancient Magus Bride, actually.
That's good. Yeah, yeah. I've heard a little bit about that too.
Yeah. In fact, we've heard enough about it that we'd like to go ahead and start our series by taking a look at the Ancient Magus Bride. So we thought it'd be kind of fun for the series just to kind of read over the synopsis.
Right,
And we both use Crunchyroll, by the way.
right.
So we're gonna hit up Crunchyroll. We're gonna read the synopsis, and we're gonna try to guess at how good this anime is gonna be based on just the synopsis. And then we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna see,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
whether we anticipated it right, and
And before we
see how
start
it
with the
really goes.
synopsis, Freedom, you said that this reminded you, or you read that this reminded you of a certain
Oh
anime
yeah, oh
before?
yeah, 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 yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So apparently, a lot of people are saying that Ancient Magus Bride is kind of like Mushishi. And for those of you, well, if you're listening to the anime philosophers, it's likely that you've probably at least heard of Mushishi because it's probably one of the most interesting anime when it comes to philosophy, just in general. Actually, Alan, you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, but I think I mentioned it to you before that we should watch it for
Yeah,
sure at
yeah.
some point.
I think it's on my bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, like I've seen Mushishi the first season. I think there's two seasons of it, and the first season is really damn good. It has like a very unique atmosphere. I really don't know how to describe it. Like people, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like a very how to put it. It's very hard to put it, but it has this like very quiet atmosphere. There's no like crazy action going on. There's no crazy fights going on, but there's some like really deep stuff that comes out in the character dialogue. So anyway, a lot of people apparently, people are saying that Ancient Magus Bride kind of reminds them of Mushishi. So that's got me pretty excited.
Yeah, sounds good, yeah. And we should do Mushishi definitely at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah, Mushishi would be pretty awesome. Yeah.
yep.
Okay, so let's do this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and read the
sounds
synopsis
good.
on Crunchyroll. So Chise Hattori, 15 years old, lost, without hope, and without family, she is bought for money. Not by another person, but by a non-human sorcerer named Elias. Though she hesitates, she begins life anew as his apprentice and future wife. Interesting.
Okay.
What do you think, man, based on that?
Uh, I don't know. It sounds like it could go any number of ways, actually. Um,
Yeah,
Definitely more on the darker side of anime.
seems like it. Bought
Yeah,
for money.
yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely,
uh,
definitely on the darker side.
yeah, I immediately so okay. So based on reading that, like I just have a lot of questions.
Yeah, yeah.
One, okay, so it obviously seems to be in some sort of fantasy
Magical world.
setting
Yeah,
because it says non-human sorcerer.
yeah, yeah,
So okay, so we can assume it has to deal with fantasy and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
And I guess it's a world where slavery is still there, since people can be
Something like
bought and
that. It looks
sold.
like that.
Yeah,
But it looks like there's still it still references like like real world countries because there's London.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's kind of interesting.
yeah.
Um,
And it didn't seem to portray, I guess, the sorcerer, like the sorcerer who bought her, in too bad of a light. I don't know.
right, right. We don't know anything
We don't know
about the
anything about,
sorcerer.
yeah,
Yeah. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
This just not much information
there's
here.
not much information, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds generally it's gonna be on the darker side, um, and it depends how they execute on it.
Yeah, we'll have to
Um,
see.
we'll have
Like
to
based
see.
on if I were to just read that synopsis, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Same, actually,
I'll say that.
yeah.
Me personally, but since we've heard good rumors from the anime world, I think it's definitely worth a watch.
I think so too. Okay,
All right, so let's do it. Let's do
let's do
episode
it. Yeah.
one. All right, so we just finished watching episode 1 of
Yep.
the Ancient Magus Bride. April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, interesting title.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, Freedom, what'd you think of the first episode?
Um. So it leaves more questions than
Yeah.
answering anything, honestly. But I think so. Okay, so first off, we can immediately say that so it's set in the real world, kind of, where like
Yeah.
they have real world setting, like
Yeah.
London, and we saw some modern buildings there.
Yeah, yeah.
At the start, but there's like a non-human sorcerer, and there's
Yeah.
all sorts of like magical creatures that apparently only some people can see.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like she's that kind of special person who is very rare in this world.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks
Yeah.
like so it's kind of dark. So it looks like she kind of sold herself off
Yeah.
because she didn't really have a home to go to.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And the whole theme of like not being wanted and stuff, like it reminded me a little bit of Naruto in the beginning, where everyone was like, "Oh, you know, he's like a monster and stuff," and like no one wanted him.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's a good point. Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
know.
In some of those flashbacks, they showed like
Yeah,
I guess the people who were taking care of her relatives or whatever, and saying like it was too troublesome to take care of her.
right.
And in those flashbacks, I'm assuming like she can see these magical things,
Yeah,
and because of that, like she acts. She's like slightly, she's disturbed by what she sees, so
yeah,
she's not really normal.
yeah. And it's like Elias said, right? They can bring fortune and misfortune. So I guess for her, so far, they brought misfortune.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's actually
Yeah,
it's actually quite sad. Like I
yeah,
remember the beginning of the episode where he says like how fortunate it is that you can see these things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she says like I've never been fortunate
I've never been
even
fortunate.
once in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess for the characters so far, like it's hard to really separate them into like good or evil.
Right. I think that's the next thing we want to talk about really was
Yeah,
like who is this mage, this sorcerer?
yeah,
It seems like on the surface it seems like he has good intentions. He
yeah.
said he bought her to be his apprentice.
And
Later
then,
on, reveals that he wants her to be his bride, just kind
yeah,
of out of the blue.
yeah,
But we don't really know like his true intentions. Like why did he pick her to be his apprentice?
yeah, yeah.
Why go to an auction where you'd buy someone
Exactly.
to do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
And
yeah.
he refers to her as his puppy.
As his puppy, yeah. But kind of like his property kind of thing. So
Yeah, so I don't know. He seems like a nice guy on the surface. Like he
he seems
says
like a
we're
nice
like
guy.
family.
Yeah,
But maybe that's because he wants to marry her. I don't know.
yeah. Who knows? Yeah,
It's gonna be
maybe.
interesting. Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting.
we don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, even the fairies, right, have like that dual personality sort of thing.
Actually, in a kind of meta way,
Yeah.
like the lesson of the fairies may have been, trying to potentially, like try to get you to thinking about like, well, is the mage a good guy too, or
Right. Exactly,
remember that was
yeah.
the lesson. Like he literally says that he's like some people will like bring you in with like nice words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So maybe he's doing that.
Yeah.
That's
Who knows,
actually kind of
yeah.
interesting.
That's interesting.
Think about
Yeah.
it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of unanswered questions then.
Yeah.
We'll just have to keep watching and see.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some answers in the next couple episodes.
Yep.
Episode 2. One
Episode-
today is worth two tomorrows.
Yeah.
First of all, I really like the episode names.
Yeah, it's a really good episode name so far, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a couple more answers to some of our questions early on in this episode.
Yeah.
We know that that Silver, I think her name is Silver.
Is it Silver or
is
Silky or something?
Yeah, Silver.
Yeah.
Silver is like
Silver, yeah.
is a fairy. She's that person who helps with the cooking and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
according to Elias, she's not a servant, but she's more like a landlady.
Right, yeah.
Landlady fairy.
Yep, yep. So there must be some contract there, I guess.
Yeah. I think also, I'm starting to think he's not just superficially nice. I'm starting to think he actually is a good person.
I agree, yeah.
Based on some of these things we see in the episode, like first of all, that other mage, they met that like craftsman mage or whatever.
Angelica, right there.
Yeah, she seemed like pretty like
Yeah.
legit, and she trusts him
Yeah.
and stuff, and so that seems good.
Yeah.
And also at the end where it's revealed that his medicine is used to like cure people
Yeah, that's
around his
true.
village. So
And the village priest trusts him and stuff.
yeah, so it seems like I'm more and more thinking that he actually has good intention.
Yeah, I agree. I like the part with the other mage in the city. It was more lighthearted than
Yeah,
than
yeah.
the
It's
rest.
actually I didn't think it would have this level of humor, but
Yeah, it
it's
does.
it's
yeah.
done well. It's done well.
It's done well, yeah. Yeah, but I guess there's some other questions as well. Like it looks like Ilias might be very old actually.
Yeah.
When he was talking to the priest, he was like he mentioned
Several centuries.
centuries, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's interesting.
And then there is the new twist in Iceland with the dragons and whatnot.
Right, right.
So we still don't know anything about
So it looks
that.
like we have a potential antagonist.
Potential antagonist, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like it. I like most of the episode is like there isn't like a lot of action going on, but it's like just like their daily encounters and
Yeah,
like through those encounters we start learning a little bit more of their world about magic
right,
and stuff. I think that was done pretty well.
right.
It's like a very like it's like more like a subtle anime, right?
Yeah,
But some of the dialogues are pretty interesting. So
I agree. Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll
Anything
see.
else? We forgot to mention episode 1. There's still two big questions. Actually, I have at least
Yeah.
two big questions. The first
Yeah.
one is why the heck does he look like a skeleton?
Yeah.
Because the other mage didn't. So
Right.
Oh, but remember she showed her arm.
She showed her arm,
It's
so
possible
maybe it was an
something went
accident.
wrong.
Maybe it was an
Something-
accident. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably an accident. Okay, so we have a hypothesis there.
Yeah.
But the my second question is, you know when he wears that like red mask,
Yeah.
like how can he like see where he's going with the mask? Feels like he's
Well,
just
I don't
covering his
know.
face.
I mean, if you think about it, he's a skeleton, so he doesn't even have eyes.
That's true.
So
I guess they're bigger concerns than like how can he see
Yeah.
through the mask. It's like how can he see without any eyes?
Right.
That's the bigger question. He
yeah,
just has like
yeah.
red glowing things. in
red
his skull.
glowing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh man. I wonder if like the face that he switches into when he goes to the city, if that was his real face before he became a
Yeah.
bone,
I don't know.
or yeah,
I
I
would
don't
guess
know.
so. It would seem like it.
Yeah. But I like the humor there too, though, where she's like, oh, your face looks kind of artificial.
He thought he looked good and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. It's actually well done.
It's well done. Yeah.
Yeah, it has this really nice interplay of like her very dark past,
Yeah.
and then interspersed with like this kind of like very lighthearted atmosphere.
Definitely.
It's done well. Yeah.
Yeah. And the setting is very beautiful too. It's,
Yeah. I thought the art was really good
Yeah.
for the setting.
Okay, so
Alright, cool.
let's see how episode 3 goes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so we just finished the third episode. That was a pretty intense one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we really like the title. What's it? The
The
balance
scale.
distinguishes
Yep.
not between lead and gold.
Yeah, that was really good. Um, yeah, I liked the dragons, dude. They're very wise, especially the old dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, very in tune with nature and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
This one, yeah, I can kind of understand why it's getting good reviews now.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, it was getting good. This episode was really good.
yeah,
It has this like while I'm watching it, I can see why it reminds people of Mushishi. It has this very like quiet but like reflective kind of
mm,
feel throughout the anime, right? Like it's very quiet. It's very subdued. Like there's not
right,
anything crazy going on, but it's like there's a lot of stuff going on like at a
yeah,
deep level.
yeah.
It's just very it makes you it sets you up in this kind of reflective mood. I think
I think so too. Yeah,
it has like a beautiful animation to go along with that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and the soundtrack is also really good.
yeah, soundtrack's good. Yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's rare to see like the kind of understanding of like the cycle of life and stuff
yeah,
that the dragons have.
yeah. I like what he says.
Yeah,
He says it's just returning.
it's just returning. Yeah,
Uh,
it's
he doesn't.
not.
They don't even use the word death,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's just return to the
yeah.
earth.
And no one was sad too. Like they were like,
Yeah, you can see those
yeah,
kids. They're all like, "Wow, wasn't he like really
yeah. It
cool?
was really cool.
Like,
Yeah,
I wish I could
a tree like
turn into a
that.
tree like that."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
that's really interesting.
it's really
What he
interesting.
says is
Yeah,
like we don't fear death like
yeah,
humans do.
yeah. And what the dragon guy said, like right, we accept that what's given to us is given to all life forms on Earth. It's
Yeah,
like a very yeah,
yeah, it's very true.
very true. Yeah. And really, I mean, that's a metaphor. Like him turning into a tree, it's a metaphor for like all kinds of life forms dying, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Start the cycle again. So,
yeah. April showers bring May flowers.
yeah, there you go, dude. There you go. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah,
It
the episode one title makes more
makes more
sense.
sense, yeah. And actually, how does the title for the third episode, like the balance between the lead and gold,
I don't know.
fit with this one?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they all make sense in retrospect.
Yeah, in retrospect, yeah.
So
We'll have to see.
we'll have to watch a couple more episodes, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really good. Definitely,
I like. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
definitely. I mean, I was gonna say the reviews um, on are basically right. It's actually really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Another thing to mention is I like when Chisei was like she started feeling sad and stuff because she was reminded of her
Yeah.
past memories. I think when he brought up death, like
Yeah.
she was thinking of it looks like based on what I interpreted from that, like she tried to commit suicide or something.
Mm.
Because he tells her like it's a good thing you didn't do that because humans can't fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's very nicely metaphorically ties into that final dream of flight.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
And he says like yeah you need to learn to fly under the sky, right,
Yeah.
in order to live. I thought it was a nice little connection with they said like her character has the name for the word bird.
Right. Yeah.
So it was a nice little connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that actually.
Yeah. I like how they use flight as like an interesting metaphor for things.
But yeah, I think you're right about the suicide thing because he also says that the living should not envy the dead, basically.
Yeah. She definitely wanted to.
Yeah.
It looks like at some point in her past she attempted something.
Yeah.
Because in her memory too, they showed her kind of like falling off
Right.
in one of those memories. So I guess we'll get more info on that.
Yeah, we'll get more info.
I like how they're slowly revealing her past.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's still a lot of questions, but
Yeah.
like each episode is like sets the stage up for us to learn a little bit more about her past.
Yeah. I wonder. I wonder if all mages are that old. You know,
Yeah.
because this
It
other.
seems like they're extremely rare, first of
Yeah.
all. There's only a few left, and um, what's his name? Elias is. He said he's a couple centuries old,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he said like when he met this new guy, I forget his name. He saw him.
Yeah,
He said
Lindell or
like
something.
you haven't changed in 300 years.
Yeah,
So at least 300 years.
at least 300 years.
Yeah, but also yeah, it seems like they're a dying breed too, because Elias was saying that if Chisei becomes a mage, she might be like the one of the last generation of
Yeah,
yeah. So something
it's interesting.
yeah
I like how in the previous episode um that other mage was talking about how there's two forms of magic, kind of like
right right
there's sorcerers and they're mages,
yeah
and how the sorcerers like use their understanding of reality to like
yeah
rewrite the rules. It's almost like
almost
science.
like science,
I
yeah,
was thinking
exactly,
of science
yeah.
when she said that, and then you have mages who like rely on you know
Other
rely
creatures,
on other
yeah.
like magical beings to
Yeah.
do things. So I thought it was kind of interesting. So that definition of sorcery sounds like a little bit like science. So
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she even said like she would build these mechanical devices powered by sorcery, right? Like just like electricity.
yeah,
So,
I think that's kind of like an interesting element of their world.
yeah.
Maybe we get to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
It seems pretty interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a cool it's a cool setup. Like whoever came up with
I
this,
agree, yeah. Yeah.
it's very imaginative.
Very
It's a
imaginative.
cool backdrop.
Yeah.
And that's it for this episode of the Anime Philosophers.
See you guys next time.
Stay inspired.